I'd love to take you back. When was your first time speaking in public? When I was 15 years old, my biology teacher, Mrs. Hanke, she thought it's a really good idea to finish the term with a presentation about tree pollination. And I'm okay with the subject, but presenting it to 30 other people petrified me. And even worse, she gave us 2 weeks to prepare. So for 2 weeks, I was alone with everything going on in my head. And eventually the day came and I sat on my cold wooden chair in the classroom and I didn't listen to any of the other speakers because all I was concerned about is me being on next. And then I heard my name. So I stood up and felt my knees shaking, and I blushed, you know, like the red apple the witch offered to Snow White. And then I stood there in front of the room. And I knew there were people because I was sitting just in between them seconds ago, but the whole room disappeared and blurred. And I started to speak after I was standing there, what seemed to me like 3 hours, and no words came out. I went absolutely blank. And all I could do, put my head down and read every single word from my notes. And after that experience, I swore to myself, I will never speak in public again. And I didn't. And over the years, I got more opinionated, and then I studied environmental management, and I wanted to save the world and talk to thousands of people that it's not good to use nuclear energy. And I didn't. And I was so terrified, and everything was going on in my head was just holding me back, because this experience I had when I was 15, it really bugged me. And I thought for years, I was wondering, and my head kept spinning, would public speaking really make my life so much fuller and shinier and brighter? You know, all the words the Pantene Pro V shampoo commercial promises. And as it happens, you know, when something is on your radar, I fell into a speaker training course and I spoke at some local speakers clubs here in London. And you know what happened? I didn't feel any better until I realized that no external technique will help you with what's going on in here. And I kept searching, and one day I discovered this amazing thing that helped me a lot, and it might help you as well. And that is to personify your thoughts and using a fictional character for all the negative judgment that goes on in your head. And we all have empowering thoughts and we have disempowering thoughts. So why not have fun with them and just get in your head and make something up? So for all my negative thoughts, I chose Catwoman. Because for me, negative thoughts are like cats. You never know what's going on with them. You never know when they pop up. And my Catwoman in my head is really malicious and judgmental and backstabbing towards me. And once you're aware of all the bad stuff going on in your head, you find something that empowers you. You find something that battles your Catwoman in your imagination. And for me, that's unicorns. Because they're pure, they're encouraging, and they stand for freedom, and they have this childlike vulnerability. And that's how I want to feel when I'm up here. I don't want to beat myself up or worry what you're going to think about me. And once you have these two sides, you just bring them together. So whenever Catwoman comes up, you know there's the beauty and the encouragement of unicorns. And some people might think now, she's crazy. But we all have this stuff going on in our heads, so why not have some fun with it? And over the years, yes, when I was 15, I feared speaking, and I got more and more into it. And now I'm running a speaker training company for 2.5 years now. And one of the really, really tough things that happened to me this year was when entering a speaking competition. And you know, we have all these monsters in our imagination, and then we fear them. And obviously, they all came up on that occasion, and that only was a few weeks ago. And I entered. I got into the final last year, so part of me was assuming, of course, I'm going to get through again. Well, I didn't. And even worse, 4 of my students got through. And there she was again, beating myself up. And it was terrible. She kept saying, you're not good enough. And who do you think you are? Even your students are better than you. And if I think back, when I was 15, that again, it would have shattered my reality forever. But now, with the love of unicorns, it only took me a few hours to battle her and to get back to being me, because we always have stuff going on in our life. There's good stuff, there's bad stuff, and when there are knockbacks, just get up and get on with it. Because, as we all know, people will judge you anyway. There's nothing you can do about that. Because what other people think of you, it can't make you be what they think. And everything that disencourages you in your life, or in my life, or in everyone's life, there's always the opposite. And as they say, one day, your life will flash before your eyes like a movie. Now you have a choice. How is yours going to be? Who's going to star in your movie? Will it be crazy Catwoman, or will it be a fairy tale with unicorns and a happy ending?